Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.
And we're on. Happy Monday to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host this morning.
Theo, it is a pleasure being with you and with your viewing audience.
And you are?
Al Martin.
All right. And we thank you all so much for tuning in this morning. You know, with us each Monday is either feast or famine, and we are expecting a feast today. Our guest with us, and we always want to share information that we research between each of the shows. We have a conference call every Saturday from 3 p.m. until 6, which proves to be lively and informative. And we encourage you to participate with the conference call as well as being with us each Monday from 9 a.m. until 10:30. You know, today being September the 11th, I just wanted to mention that the 9/11 terrorist attack is being remembered today there in New York, and there were 343 firefighters who gave their lives saving as many as they could from the Twin Towers. And we just want to just say a moment of silence for that. You know, Al, it's interesting all that's going on here in this country. And I heard something yesterday by Al Sharpton, and it was touching. He says he was speaking about the September 11th because he was in New York at the time. And he was saying it was interesting that all died together. We all died together.
Yes.
So we must now realize that we can all and should all live together. And I thought that was a very touching statement, and also a statement that people need to reflect upon. You know, there's someone at the door. In the meantime, it was reported, I only heard this one time, that another volcano eruption has happened in Hawaii.
Absolutely correct, Theo. And
Okay.
you are right. We are living currently in very turbulent times.
Mm-hmm.
Many people will say to you that they will quote an old adage that the chickens have come home to roost.
Mm.
And when you look at how we treat our environment,
Mm-hmm.
we must recognize that there is a balance in nature
Mm-hmm.
that must be maintained. And when that balance becomes an imbalance, we get the kind of natural turbulence that we are getting with the heat, the melting of some of the colder climates, the ice, and it is causing problems. natural problems, hurricanes, flooding, and we need to recognize that we have to get back to that balance that nature requires of us.
Right. And former President Barack Obama had been talking about the global warming issue, and it seemed that there was slow response and no response. And of course, the indicted person, I'll try not to mention his name, was going around saying there is no such thing. He did the same thing with the COVID virus. There is no such COVID virus. None of this stuff exists. And now there's an admission that has to be done that, oh, yeah, there's global warming.
Absolutely
And
correct.
also they have reported a couple of times that there was an earthquake in Morocco.
Yes.
And they reported right out that 2,000 people had been killed already. So now, hello, you're on the air with Hood Research, Theo Broughton and Al Martin, and your name?
James Ford.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah,
Good morning.
I just want to mention anybody that's concerned about the red light and red light rag racing running, they can speak out Tuesday at the Coleman Young Building at 10 a.m. Concerning this at the City Council meeting, and Thursday at 6 p.m. at 2260 4th Street at the Police Commissioners meeting about this situation. That's all I have to say. Anybody that's concerned, that's listening, they can call me at 586-918-3061. That's all I want to say.
Say that again. Give the number
586.
again.
586-918-3061.
Okay.
Thank
And
you very
the
much.
council meeting on Tuesday, it starts at 10 a.m.
10
And if
a.m.
anybody plans to speak to the council, they need to be there about 9:30.
Yes, 9:30, 9:45, they should be good. At the police commissioners meeting, just 10 minutes to 6, they should be okay. That's at 2260 4th Street.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God bless
That's
you.
at
Thank you for listening.
the Kimney Center
Yes,
on
ma'am.
Thursday. The police commission meets every Thursday, and one Thursday a month they meet in the evening, and the other Thursdays, unless it's Thanksgiving or Christmas falls on a Thursday,
Yes.
they meet every Thursday at 3 p.m. at the main
Right.
headquarters on Michigan and 3rd. But this week, this Thursday, they're going to be meeting in the Kimney Center on the southwest side of the city, 2260 4th Street. Mhm.
Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye.
The persons interested in speaking to the police commissioners should be there at 6 o'clock in order to sign in and have time to speak to the police commission. They still have not replaced the commissioner who had to resign, another crazy issue. But at least he's not losing $80 million. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I just can't get over a man with a contract for $95 million. Working 2 of the years of the contract, that's $20 million. And gambling all of that away for a woman whom doesn't seem like he was even interested in. But anyway, $80 million.
That he has expressed, Theo, much concern from a report that I read about how unfortunate it is that he has put himself in this position. And I could not agree with him more. It is unfortunate for him, his family, and his career.
That's saying it mildly. It's devastating.
It is.
$80 million. I mean, just got to wonder what is wrong with your brain.
I agree.
But to gamble like that, I know people gamble, and it usually is not $80 million, especially when you're not wealthy in the first place. The most money he had ever signed for in his life, I would think.
It is. And he admits that, and he has expressed
I
how
don't know what got into
thoroughly disappointed he is in his judgment for putting himself and his family in this position. But it is unfortunate, and he now is there. He's going to have to get through this chapter in his life, and hopefully he will get his reputation restored in the very near future.
Well, the judge, his father was a judge, and he was dating a defendant from his courtroom.
Yes.
And he gambled too.
Yes, he did.
And was thrown out of the courtroom. Of course, it was a whole lot less than $80 million. However, if that happened for a lot less, the fact that happened, he didn't learn anything from that. That was blasted all over everywhere. It's not like it wasn't in the news.
Well, that's exactly, Theo, I'm sure, what he means when he said he's very disappointed in his own judgment. Because you're right. These are lessons for all of us. And once they become public, we understand how devastating they can be for us, our loved ones, and not to learn from others' mistakes, I think, is a mistake in itself, and a big one.
$80 million. Oh, Lord. Yeah, so anyway, for those who have tuned in, we want to let them know about the extra ways they can watch us.
Absolutely, Theo. We can be watched on channel 15.2.
Ooh, that's the TV set with rabbit ears.
Absolutely correct. Roku, Facebook Live,
All right.
and WHPR Live app.
That's the app. All
That's
right.
correct.
Sounds good.
So
Good.
our access is out there. It's growing, and we're going to rely on people getting with us over these platforms.
That's right. Somebody told me they watched it on Fire Stick too, but
That's correct.
I'm glad that we have all of the variety of of sources like that, and to know that we are here each Monday from 9 a.m. until 10:30, and we're glad that you have tuned in. And looking forward to you even if you want to call in and share. So that's a good thing. This past Friday, we hosted an ice cream social at the Montford Marines Center. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Montford Marines, I have to let you know that in the early 40s, when President Franklin Roosevelt was president of the United States, and there were some good old boys that went in and they said, we don't want none of them ends on the battlefield with us. Just can't have it. Well, President Franklin Roosevelt heard this and he's like, okay, I don't have a problem with it. He said, you give the black soldiers who are Marines, those are the first ones that hit the beach. Give them everything they need.
And Theo, first of all, you have that accent down pat. That's a beautiful Southern accent you got there. But
Well, that's how the good old boys talk,
but along with that, the Mumford Point Marines are recorded in history as achieving success in their operations whenever they were deployed.
Oh, yes.
So
The
it's
Munford Marines Detachment
Absolutely.
158th. And right here in Detroit, they have a center on Joy Road, just west of Schaefer. And 13721 is the address. And they're, the veterans there are very welcoming to the members of the community.
yes, they are.
Their center is available for rent for birthday parties or repasts or baby showers, whatever the occasion is. And they have this coming, first of all, this past Friday, they were very happy to have us there at this ice cream social. Now people have been to ice cream socials, and they're familiar with the big container, and you scoop out and you go down the aisle and you add your chocolate chips or your strawberries or your syrup or your whatever you want, a peanut butter if you want, I guess. But I had to tell everybody this past Friday, because of the news, recent news, now that the COVID virus is rising once again.
Yes, it is.
I said, we can't have it in that manner. They say we have all the ice cream you want. However, it has to be individually wrapped.
Yeah.
So we had all kinds, the cups, the ice cream sandwiches, the fruit bars, the this and the that. And they enjoyed it and they understood, because I was hoping nobody in there was crazy, wanted to take a chance. But I was not going to be unsafe as it relates to the COVID situation. We had comedians there. We had DJ for music and all.
Yes.
And it was really a nice evening for everybody.
It really was a most enjoyable Friday evening.
Mm-hmm.
And the ice cream was outstanding.
Yeah. And the commandant, Randall Clemens is his name, came out. And they, each Friday, have dinners that they sell to raise money, for the center. And that was appreciated, too, and they had spaghetti, and I enjoyed that myself. They have fish and chicken and burgers, etc. And he told us that this coming Saturday and Sunday, they're having 2 events. The Munford Marines are selling barbecue, and they're going to make it convenient so that you can drive up and, get whatever you want, barbecue or dinner sandwich, however they got to have it set up. And they start at 11 a.m., and they will be going all day until they run out of food. And so they've had barbecue, dinner set up before like that, and they were very successful. And Sunday is football Sunday.
Absolutely.
With the Marines. And I guess those who are advocate viewers know the times and all for the football game, but they're inviting people to come and watch the game, and they'll have food, of course. And these 2 opportunities to spend time with them are being used to raise some funds, because they want to purchase some chairs for the center. So that's going to work out, really good for them. And then further on, they'll be having a toy collection for the children. He was saying that oftentimes toys are donated, but it seems that more children in the suburbs are thought of, and toys are passed out. So they're going to have that, and they're going to have a trick or treat for the Halloween evening. So that information will be, shared as time goes on. We'll let you know more about that. But just to be there with men and women who have put their lives on the line for our safety.
Yes.
is to be commended, is to be appreciated, and to be supported. They have a women's auxiliary group also. But go ahead.
I was just going to say, Theo, you say it quite beautifully. They have put their lives on the line for us and for our democracy. They are fighting for the democratic way of life.
Right.
And it is just wonderful to spend some time with them, to listen to their stories as they have traveled all over the world, fighting to maintain our democratic way of life.
And it's interesting that here in Detroit we have the Munford Marines, we have the Buffalo Soldiers, and we have the Tuskegee Airmen.
That's correct.
Yeah, three areas that represent it, and it just, I don't know, just makes me proud and makes others proud that they are here representing, you know.
And unfortunately, our children are not learning as much about the contribution of those units to maintaining this country's government and way of life. These men and women have been fighting quite diligently to maintain this government and this way of life. And unfortunately, there are people who want to erase them from our history.
Oh, yes.
And that's
yes.
unbelievable.
It really is unacceptable, too.
Yes.
And you know, as you think about it, there should be a address to that issue by the members of Congress, the House and the Senate.
Absolutely.
You know, and there has been a movement on the voting rights issue, but I have not heard all of the details. Have you read anything about that?
I have not. I have heard also that it is being discussed. I don't know where it stands other than it has not passed. And I think it is more than unfortunate. It's un-American that it has not passed.
Yeah, I agree. In the meantime, tomorrow there is a school board meeting, and people need to be concerned about the school board and the curriculum committee and what is the latest, what has happened with our curriculum here. Are they trying to eliminate black history here, which is American history, by the way?
It really is a huge part of American history.
And so maybe we can get some information from Helen Moore, who is working with the tutoring program, the Let's Read program.
Yes.
And find out from her about the meeting tomorrow and all of the other meetings. They meet once a month, and they are required to meet every month. They don't get out when the students get out in June. They have to continue meeting 12 months of the year.
And you know, Theo, as people attend these meetings, it is indicative of all of us showing when we attend that we want to be active participants in what goes on in our everyday lives. We want to be able to explain to those people who have the authority for managing things, managing programs, that this is how we expect these programs to operate. And our participation is what makes things better for everyone.
Absolutely. That is so true. And you know, there was a lawsuit won, and $94 million is being fought over. The $94 million is specifically for the students and the tutoring of the students. And some may know now, it's not been talked about much, but the governor of this state of Michigan signed into law a requirement that every student that graduates from the Detroit Public School has to have had classes in fiscal management.
Yes.
So that they will have a somewhat working knowledge of what life is like, And maybe they may not fall for the credit card scam when they get to college, for those who, who are going.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The-
So anyway, we're going into our break now, and we want you all to get your orange juice or your coffee or your milk or water, and call a friend, tell them to tune into this program as well, and we will be back momentarily.
It's time to do something more. Join the Detroit Police Department, either straight out of high school or make a bold career change. Officers start at $40,000, plus health insurance, paid vacation, retirement plans, and more. Apply online at joindetroitblue.org.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist, a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Wallman here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
And take us along with you. And we are back with our guest this morning, Tarina Barganier. And she has a lot of interesting information to share with us this morning. But first, I would like you to tell us, who is Tarina Barganier?
Well, Tarina Barganier is a woman of many hats. I'm actually a serial entrepreneur. I own about 3 businesses. Right now, I just moved back to Michigan from Atlanta, so I've been back for 2 months. And business has been going really good. I've been a hairstylist for over 20 years. I started this company during the pandemic because, everybody needed to make a little extra money. So this company is 2.5 years old. And then I have a photo booth company, 360. And we just recently did the Detroit Health Department. What did they have? They had a block party. It was this past Saturday.
Yeah, it was on Woodward and Mack Avenue.
Yeah, that was one of our company's first big events. It was a success. Everything went very smooth. And I'm just excited to see what the future holds for me, honestly.
Oh, wow. That sounds good. You've been here 2 months and you just hit the ground running.
Yes, ma'am. I won't play with my potential anymore. It's time to tap into it.
All right. Now, when you say tap into your potential, how did you do that, to have 3 businesses?
Well, I experienced family tragedy. And so from that, it's either you can grow from it or it can destroy you. I feel like it built me and made me a stronger woman. And, it's just time to put myself out there and give it my 100%. Myself, just, put into yourself.
Oh, okay. You're in brick and mortar. You say that you're a cosmetologist?
Yes, ma'am. I work in Ferndale at the Ivy Salon. It is located on Woodward and 9 Mile. I've been working there over 7 years. I was flying back and forth from Atlanta to Detroit for 3 years straight, twice a month. For my clientele that was here. And yeah, that's where the brick and mortar salon is. Everything else is pick up and go. Like Liddy Kitty, I pop up a bar wherever, fashion shows, pop-up shops, any kind of events you may have, weddings, anything like that, as well as the 360 photo booth. And we just pretty much pop up wherever we're booked.
Oh, okay. Now, you're originally from Detroit?
Yes, ma'am. Born and raised.
Oh, okay. Wow. That must have been something, flying back and forth twice a month.
It was exhausting.
To
say the least.
I can imagine. Wow. But that's determination, though. That's a good thing. Now, you say you have kitty what?
Well, it's called Liddy Kitty Cocktails.
Liddy Kitty Cocktails. Well, that's a tongue twister.
Yes, it is. You have to be careful when you say it,
I'm telling you, after you have a cocktail, you just say, Liddy, yeah, okay. Tell us about that.
Okay, so Liddy Kitty Cocktails, I came up with the name. Well, actually, one of my clients had the name. It was just Liddy Kitty. She didn't know what she wanted to do with it. She had it for years. I really liked the ring of it. I said, can I have it? She said, yeah, and I turned it into a cocktail company. I created the logo. I did everything.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, man. That's creativity.
Yes, it is.
Definitely. Okay, now tell us about the cocktail. You got a sample with you?
Oh, yes, I have samples. I have a lemon drop and a green tea with us today.
Lemon drop and green tea.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, describe.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, so the lemon drop is a vodka-based cocktail. It is come from a martini, and we just created it into a drink because it originated as a shot.
Okay.
The lemon drop, and so now everything is just evolving, and so now it's an actual cocktail. So that is limoncello, Tito's vodka, and handmade lemonade.
Oh wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And a little simple syrup. Sorry.
It's sealed. I mean, what do you sell them individually? I mean, it's just when you have the pop-up bar or what?
Okay.
I mean, do I call you and say, hey, I'm having a party, so pop up?
Well, okay, I'll tell you how it goes.
Okay.
So, okay, I'm always advertising. I just did Jazz on the Ave.
Uh-huh.
So, that's where I met Miss Gloria Gaines. And they booked me for an event there at the Poetry Studio.
Okay.
So they'll call maybe the week of the event, maybe 2 weeks of the event, just depending on whenever I get the information.
Okay.
Either I can pay a deposit or sometimes it's like free, and I just come and I pop up my bar, and I just sell them individually. Like this other flavor is green tea. That is Jameson whiskey with peach schnapps and handmade lemonade as well.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Which one I want? Oh.
Well, they're both yours, ma'am. I have more in the car if you need.
But that is so neat, though.
It is.
Yeah, because it's unique. That's what's nice. It's a unique concept.
Yes, ma'am. And I feel like the name is very catchy, So.
Well, I can tell. I'm having a litty what?
A litty kitty cocktail.
A little kitty party at my house. Come and see. Wait now. Then when they get ready to leave,
That's right. They won't be able to say the name.
That's right.
Yeah, let's pass the waters out on the way out.
Yeah, but it is. It's just unique. We had a wine. We've had a wine tasting before at one of our hood research gatherings, and the gentleman came and just told some of the the basics about the product, and people got a chance to sample, and then they got a chance to bid on a big bottle of I don't know, whatever it was, which was a lot of fun though, and is everything in moderation,
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
Hood Research is an organization that presents our black businesses, to those in the community. And you always want to have events that are engaging, that are enjoyable, that give an opportunity for the participants to learn what's going on around them.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think this is really nice, and I'm glad that you've been able to share that with us. Now, when you were on Woodward and Mack for the it was
The block party.
Block party that they had. Were you able to have the little kitty there?
Well, no. See, with that, I was booked for that months back for the 360 photo booth. So, that's the photo booth where it can fit up to 6 people, and then the camera spins.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Well, we got to know about that. Is there any sample on the screen up there? I wanted people to see that. I want you to explain. That's a third business.
That is the third business, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'm not going to add anything right now. We got to keep these wheels turning right now. That's it.
Wow. But tell us about the
360. Okay, so I'm always investing. Like, that's just what I do. Because, at the end of the day, I'm an entrepreneur, first 10 businesses, After your first 10 businesses, you might have your complete success. You never know. You just have to be consistent and just go hard.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I bought the 360 photo booth as an investment because I knew it was, popular. I actually had it for 2 years, but the business has just started. I'm just getting it up and running, and it is I don't know, it's a very enjoyable thing. People love it. They go crazy over it at every event. You get your dance on, it's a video, it does the work, but you just move your hands or your body just a little. It's about 22-second video, and then we will then in turn upload it to your cell phone, email, AirDrop, or Instagram. It depends on whatever you choose.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is there a picture of it on the screen yet, Tim? Okay. All right. Our engineer was wanting to put it up so that people can see what you're describing now. Well, describe it for us.
Well, it is. The base is about the same size as this table.
Okay.
It actually weighs 200 pounds. Yeah, so I got a team. My son, he's 21, and his girlfriend. So, you know, family business. And then it's a connection, like a rod connection that connects to an iPad. You know, everything is digital. So we do it through an app. I create all the templates. Anything you need to be customized, I pretty much, you know, I do that for you.
So now it's approximately the size of this, or circumference of this table.
Yes, ma'am.
And what do I stand, lay,
Oh,
sit?
sorry. It is a
What
red
do I
carpet.
do?
Okay, I'm sorry, ma'am. So there are stanchions on each side with the red carpet. You walk through the red carpet and you get on the stage. It's like a stage, so it's a circle stage, and you just get on it, and then the rod spins for 22 seconds, capturing your movements in a 360 motion, and then in turn after that, it's loaded up to the systems, and then we send it over to you directly, and you have your personal video, and you can post it anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, if what is that? TikTok. If you wanted to send it to TikTok, can you do that?
Yes, ma'am. We can send it to all social platforms.
Oh, wow. That's interesting in itself. Now, you said you make the templates.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what kind of templates do you make?
Okay, so when it's a birthday party or something like that, everybody wants personalization, customization. Everybody wants to be an individual, you know?
Okay.
So let's say it is Miss Broden's, you know, blast back from the past, you know? So let's say that's the name of the theme. That would be the theme of it, and then whatever colors you use and whatever, you know, concept you already have, we just display that on the screen.
Okay.
Actually, you have to approve the design before we actually, you know, use it for the event. But yeah, we send it over, you approve it, you love it, you know, that's which we're going to use for your party.
Is it for adults only?
No, I just did a 11th birthday party as well at a park. So if you don't have power, that's fine. I have a, you know, a generator.
Battery generator.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you say 11-year-old.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's the background that you had?
Well, the background. Well, we were at the park, so it was. Yeah. So the background was just like, you know, a little nature. So we were under a tent, just like we were at the event for the Detroit Health Department. So I don't know. The kids just have a great time. We have props. You know what I mean? You just hold them up. You could be silly. Just, you know, enjoy yourself.
Oh.
It really sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Yeah, we have to have you come to a Hood Research event, so we can have that.
Yes, ma'am. I will pop up.
Yeah, see, there she goes again, right?
Now, you have been in Atlanta and Detroit, of course, which is home.
Yes.
The business that you have, how well received was it in Atlanta? How well received is it now that you're back home?
Okay. Here we go. So in Atlanta, if you don't really have like a guide or someone that can really give you like the gist of it, the meat and potatoes of where you need to be, you're going to be on a journey of sorts. So, and then wherever you feel like that place is that you fit most comfortable, you know, I have a really good personality, so people kind of are magnetically drawn to me. You know what I mean? So wherever I go, I can just make it happen. That's just been my whole life. You know what I mean? So let me see. Atlanta, I started in Beaufort, Georgia. That's 50 minutes from Atlanta, Georgia. Then from there, I went to Brookhaven. Now that is 10 to 11 minutes from each and everything that's downtown Atlanta. So that's when I knew that I had found my sweet spot. You know what I mean? Because I was right in the midst of everything that was going on. And, you know, it was just, it was the easier marketing tool. just location.
Wow. And the name of that, the second city you were talking about 10 minutes away?
Oh, Brookhaven, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, and then, so sorry.
What?
But I know I got to finish the question.
Yeah.
Okay. So it translated well in Atlanta. I just had to put in more work than I've ever done, just because I've been a hairstylist for 20 years professionally. So yeah, people know me, but at the end of the day, it's all about advertising.
Yes.
So it's about how you put yourself out there. Right. So that's what I did in Atlanta, and eventually grew a nice clientele. And then I flew back every month here to my clientele. So now I'm back. I'm a little more lackadaisy when it comes to the hair, just because it's been 20 years. And, me and my clients, we have, deep-rooted relationships for 20 years. Ever since I've been doing hair, not one client has pretty much left me. And so from there, I just casually do that. But I like to focus on my entrepreneurial goals, like the Litty Kitty cocktail and the Opulence 360. It's just time for those babies to grow up.
And you won't be flying back and forth from here to Atlanta to do hair?
No, ma'am. That chapter has been closed.
You okay?
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, wow. That is really something.
Absolutely.
And the kind of energy and stamina for, the three businesses. I need you to share contact information.
Yes, ma'am.
Because those who are watching may want to call and get
Litty Kitty cocktails. Okay, so Litty Kitty cocktail. You can follow us on our social platforms. It is Liddy_Kitty_cocktails. That is with a K and ends with a Z. You can reach us at 313-544-3672. And for the Opulence 360, we are Opulence 360 photo booth, right on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Also, I have been a hairstylist for 20 years, so I'm gonna shout out, Trina Trends. That is my primary page. That is TRINATRENDS. So yeah, those are my contact information. That is the primary number. Once you go to Trina Trends, I also have the links to my other businesses in the bio. So then from there, it'll just carry you to whatever else I have going on.
So this is at any one of them.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you log on to Litty Kitty and you want to find out about 360, you can transfer right from there. Or if you go to 360, you can transfer back.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Yes, you can, because right at the top of the bio, you can add whatever those other extension pages are, and you can just click it and go right to it. So it's like an interchangeable thing, just to make it easier for the consumer,
Right. Okay. Now, for those who don't have access, would you please give the phone number again?
Yes. You can reach me at 313-544-3672. And pretty much since these babies are growing up still, that is the primary number you can reach those businesses.
You do a very beautiful job of explaining these are the babies that are growing up. As they are growing, does the demand for you to attract employees working with you, partners working with you, so that you grow at a larger and faster rate?
Absolutely. I have two sons, a 21-year-old and 13. They've been watching me, since day one, hit the ground running, building business after business, investing. And they've, that's my team. And so I tap into them, and we haven't pretty much grown, that big to where we're going to have, but each year the baby is going to grow up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I got them, and that's my solid foundation. So, because without a solid foundation, you don't have anything. So they're my backbones, and they keep me going, and they help me do anything that I need. You know, it's like Jeffrey Butler. I mean, I just love it. Those are my children, but they're there for me in any way that I need. And my son's girlfriend as well. She's a part of the businesses.
And let me just add, what you are also doing is giving them the roadmap for their future. This is their business with you. They are learning from you. You said the foundation is strong. That's absolutely correct. They are with the foundation. So when you have reached that point where you say, now it's time for me to relax, they are in a position, they have the knowledge, they have the wherewithal to move forward with the business and keep it going.
Absolutely. That is the goal.
Wonderful.
That's the goal here. Raising young black, strong men that walks in their purpose, that knows who they are. So, yeah, I would totally agree with you on
Beautiful.
that.
Yes. And it gives an opportunity for your son to be a role model for other young men in the community. We need more role models, because it's just unfortunate. In my opinion, the breakdown for our young community started in 1998, 99, when Engler was the governor of the state. There were some very serious changes that were taking place, and dismantling curriculums in the schools. And we, of course, have students who want to go to college, and they have academic curriculums to speak to that. But when it talks about vocational training, those opportunities were being dismantled a little by little. Some people who went to Cass seemed to think it was elite only, and it was not elite only. Cass Technical High School taught welding. And there was a couple of things that they had there. And when the governor, this past governor, started, I guess, sending down mandates that many of the curriculum classes were to be eliminated, that it just eliminated opportunities for young people. And we have had, and supposedly is going to be restored, and that is Benjamin Davis Aerospace School, which taught young people how to repair airplanes, how to become airplane mechanics, how to fly an airplane. And what is the aeronautics? I think they called it that. They had all of those classes, and it was located on the city airport, which is now called the Coleman Young International Airport. That was dismantled, and it was so beneficial. And we interviewed Lieutenant Colonel Lawrence Milburn here, and he told us that within 10 years, this country, not the city of Detroit, but this country was going to need 1 million airline pilots. And we here were providing young folks who wanted to become pilots, and did. He was one of the graduates, did you know that, from Benjamin Davis Aerospace? Yeah. Excuse me. And last month, I guess it was, there was an announcement about that. So, excuse me. Go ahead now.
When we look at businesses that are growing, give us just a little bit of a summary of what you went through with the capitalization of your business, getting the capital to move forward.
Okay, so for now, the businesses have all been self-investments. We are actually looking to grow and looking for business funding. We just need to get a little bit a little more established.
Get some water.
And from there, you know, there are grants out there for us, you know, different other entities to tap in as far as funding goes. Like I said, the baby is growing. The more she grows, the more everybody gets to know who she is, and because you know you have to have that. You have to have that pretty much that repertoire that is pretty much letting you know, like, okay, this business is established. Okay, I don't mind giving this business $50,000 to $100,000, but you know you have to, you know, do your roadmap. So that's pretty much what we're working on, and we're looking for funding and expansion within the next 6 to 12 months.
Beautiful. You have your roadmap, you have your plan, you're moving forward, working that plan. And that is the formula for, one of the formulas for success.
Yes, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Much obliged, actually.
That's beautiful, right. The opportunity to learn, have you taught your son, or did he take classes somewhere else for business? He's learning from you as you go along.
Okay, so I have a ex-fiance. He's a really business guy throughout the whole city of Detroit. A lot of people know him. He actually taught my son, self-taught him graphic design. So he already has like that skill. You know what I mean? So we're just trying to sharpen his tools. And, you know, if he listens, he can go a long way. Because, you know, that's pretty much the formula. You got to listen.
I like the way you say that, if he listens. So you have some doubts that there's some times when he may not be listening as much as you want him to.
Well, you know, he's 21. His ears are open.
That's
halfway
good.
to me and halfway to the world. So I got to fight with that. So, but if I could be like a strong influence in his life and give him, you know, just a great, you know, person or just thing to look into himself and just want to become that best version, you know, I've done my job. So we working.
That's beautiful. That is.
It is.
Oh, all right. Well, we're at the end of right now. So would you please give your contact information once again as we conclude this?
Yes, ma'am. You can find me on all social media platforms. Litty Kitty Cocktails is the first business. That is Litty_Kitty_Cocktails with a K, ends with a Z. And then we have the Opulence 360 photo booth. You can find that on all social platforms as well. That is Opulence 360 photo booth. And as well as Trina Trends, you know, if you need a nice hairstyle. I'm sure you guys like my hairstyle, right?
Absolutely.
So I did my own hair, so, and I keep it up myself. So yeah, that is Trina Trends, TrinaTrends, and you can reach us at 313-544-3672. And I thank you guys so much for this opportunity and just letting me share a little piece of, you know, what I have going on to the city. And thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. We want to have you come again and come and share with Hood Research. And I want you all to know that she's going to be a member of Hood Research. Look out, world.
Absolutely.
And we have to pause for a cause for station identification, and we'll be back momentarily.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn. Ta-da!
It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Warmer.
Our Woody Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
It's time to do something more. Join the Detroit Police Department, either straight out of high school or make a bold career change. Officers start at $40,000, plus health insurance, paid vacation, retirement plans, and more. Apply online at joindetroitblue.org.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
And we are back. Thank you for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. And now we have our guest with us, Tula Kabong. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, ma'am, Tula Kabong.
And we want you to please tell us, who is Tula Kabong?
Well, I took the name, African name Tula Kabong. In Africa, we have more of a, when you're giving names, it has a purpose. Tula Kabong means working for the people.
Mhm.
I'm an individual who's kind of thrust into being an activist in the community. You know, I grew up in Mississippi, came to Detroit, and so I'm a hybrid, I call myself. And I began to notice that the stuff that we dealt with in Mississippi was more overt, whereas up here it's more covert when it comes to the treatment of African Americans concerning racism. And the fact that I had a first-hand experience with racism down there, it kind of catapults you to be an activist. Even growing up, you know, I remember when I was 8 years old, me and my grandfather was riding through a part of Mississippi where we could be sitting like a Roseville, and the Ku Klux Klan was collecting money on the side of the road. This was a norm down there. So when I got up here, I was under the impression that, you know, it wasn't racism. How wrong was I? So from racism, it trickled down to my mom was a senior, you know, as we do get older, and she was going to different nursing homes for rehab.
Okay.
And I began to notice that the elephant in the room was the abuse. and nobody was addressing it. And I'm just like, because we under the impression like we drop a child off at daycare that's safe, right? So the parent go at the end of the day, they're not thinking of abuse, but we have this same thinking about nursing homes. How wrong are we? How wrong are we? And I began to notice some of the stuff that was going on with individual seniors there, and none of the family members ever came to visit them. So it's like dropping your baby off and going to see them 2 months later. Right? That would be called child abuse, and I call it seniors abuse. Because if you drop a senior citizen, you have to check on them. And the great mistake that a lot of people make is that they call up to the nurse home to check on their loved one, and they give you, they're just fine. They're okay. They're sleeping. And I'm like, and I'm just like, no, that's not true. So I witnessed firsthand in 2020 during the pandemic. Prior to that, my mom was sexually assaulted by an individual who worked there named Ron Fletcher. And for those who aren't familiar with Ron Fletcher is the individual who was caught on TV beating a 91-year-old senior up in a wheelchair. We've seen that.
Wow.
And it was just so happened. I just so happened to visit my mom. She was on there for rehab. And her and the nurse had a conversation about some guy gave her books. I said, well, who gave my mom books? Nobody, we care about my mom. We're there all the time, so she don't need books. And come to find out that Ron Fletcher, from there, went to where he gave me books, and where he touched me, and I said something about it to him. He stayed away from the room. So I'm like, so we had a big old, discussion at that time, and the nurse acknowledged that. And I'm going to tell you what's more even crazier that really raised my red flag was after he was terminated, he called back up there to talk to my mother, and they gave her the phone to talk to him. I said, well, hold on. I said, this is what I said to the nurse. I said, the red flag is this. Why would this man call up to this nursing home to talk to my mama after he was terminated for beating a 91-year-old senior? I said at that point, it should have been a red flag to the administration that he was called to threaten her. There's nothing else you could talk about.
Right.
So we had a meeting with staff the next day, which I was wise enough to record the meeting. I do paralegal work, so I already know when you go against a corporation, they're going to say none of the stuff happened if you don't record it.
Right.
So I was taught by lawyers to record the meeting, and at that time it was discussed that Ron Fletcher he did beat the 91-year-old senior up, and what the nursing home did to preempt seniors from making a complaint, they went around prior to the investigation, so whatever investigation they held, and had the senior citizen fill out a note. A statement stating that he either touched him or not. Well, come on, man. And when they told me where your mom fell, I said, well, hold on, let me ask you a question. I particularly said to the staff member, I said, are you a specialist in sexual abuse for senior citizens? No, I'm not. I said, so you don't know what's going on. I said, you got people that's been sexually abused that doesn't admit that for years. I said, so how dare you condemn my mom? I said, you sound like you taking up for him and not my mom. So later on, they admitted that he called up there, and they admitted that, it may have been some mishaps. But my thing was first of all, why'd you even have senior citizens in the nursing home prior to the informal investigation write out a statement saying this man did not sexually assault them? Because you was trying to protect yourself. And what my mom had told us was that there were other women who had been sexually assaulted.
Oh, wow.
So unfortunately, this is what happened. They kept my mom there for rehab. We tried to convince her to come home, but as our beautiful seniors are, they want to still maintain their independence. And I embrace that. I love that. She said, hey, I got to get my legs under me. This has happened. They promised us okay. I'm still weary of it. So my mom ended up catching COVID-19 from a staff member there.
Oh, boy.
My mom died April 8, 2020 at the hospital.
From COVID?
From COVID. That she got infected from a staff member from that particular nursing home. And what we had found out, March the 10th, they told us we couldn't visit no more because we visit my mom every day. Because I understand the abuses that exist in nursing home from different ones she went to. So the person they had working was infected in that particular nursing home was a hotbed for COVID. Because they didn't give them the proper gear to wear when treating other people. And our governor, let me be honest, allowed victims of COVID-19 to be sent in nursing homes. And the staff members were supposed to, the CDC passed a standard. If you treat somebody in a nursing home with COVID-19, you can then cross over and treat other people.
Mm-hmm.
They did it anyway at that particular nursing home, right? Advantage Nursing Home on 12 Mile of Hoover. Let me put a name on it. They did that. And quite a few seniors died there as a result of that. This is the uncovered secret they want to be known. But right, and that's what happened to my mother, right? So it bothered us. We pursued it. We got a lawyer named Dionne Webster Cox out of Southfield. Extraordinary lawyer. She's I love her. She's a warrior for senior citizens who are being abused. She is there, and but it's a sad story because every nursing home my mom went to, there was some form of abuse, and I'm just like, this just can't be how the system works. And everybody I talk to has a story of nursing homes that abuse people, and what they do, Mr. Al, is when an investigation is going on, they assign the nursing home social worker to represent the interests of the senior, right? You can't do that. That's like alleged police brutality and the detective investigating it, right? And I'm just like, so my common sense approach was, and it still is, why aren't there more being done to protect the interests of seniors? Pete Lucido, who's currently the prosecutor of Macomb County, came up with an excellent idea. He said, well, why don't we, because he's against nursing home abuse, he said, why don't we put cameras in the room so we could see what was going on with our loved ones? Of course, the nursing home industry and their lobby subjected to it in Lansing, saying it violates HIPAA. No, it violates you seeing what you're doing to that family member. Right? And we need this. They care more about, and please, let me say this respectfully, because I'm saying what people want to say. This is what I do. They care more about immigrants than they do senior citizens.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me tell you how. When a person that's an immigrant come over here, they get free housing. They get free food. They care about. They get free. A senior citizen get put in a nursing home. First of all, the first thing they do if they got any type of property or finances, they sell the stuff. That's right. They sell it down and then put you on Medicaid. If you don't have anybody in your family that wants you, they appoint a guardian from the court, and that guardian at that time controls that person's life, even down to the medication they can take and where they can go. Sad to say that happens. And then you get some family members, let's be honest, some of our family members are rotten. They get in there and they rip them off all their money. Grandma was good for a minute, and uncle, until you get access to the money that they wouldn't give you. So they put them in a corner in a nursing home, spend all their money up or pay the nursing home bill. Now they ain't got anything. So that's what they require. And a lot of people don't know that when senior citizens are put in nursing homes, that if they have any type of money, that particular nursing home, if they don't have a guardian, will petition the court. The court will appoint them a guardian that oversee their finances and spend the money as they want to, as seen exposing the interests of the senior. That's what they do. And at that point, the senior's just stuck. Because I've seen some guardians that are rotten. And another thing that a lot of people don't know is adult protective care for senior citizens. How some seniors don't need to be in a nursing home, they just need to be around somebody 24 hours that take care of them. And they put them in these adult protective adult protective homes, and they abuse them.
So let me ask a question here, because everything that you are saying, I have heard about.
Yes, sir.
So I know you are speaking from reality.
Yes, sir.
Who's responsible for the regulation, state or city departments of health? Is someone responsible for making sure that nursing homes are properly regulated and are inspected to make sure that those regulations reach compliance on a regular basis?
Well, I mean, as far as what I know, it's supposed to be. I know particularly. Do I know an organization that say or a committee that's in Lansing or in? I have never found one. Now, I'm not saying they don't exist. I did research. It's like nobody wants to hold that hot potato. Yeah. And what I've been told now, I've been told this by politicians. that what happens is when a bill come up to protect seniors, like the one that Pete Lucido suggested about having them go out there and put cameras in the room, the lobbyists for the nursing homes go up there and lobby against it. Every politician got a lobbyist. Let's just be honest about that. That's a fact. So when they go lobby against it, people don't care. Like, we ride past, we got people, listen, and what upsets me more than anything is when something happened to a senior citizen, everybody in the community want to be an outrage. Fair? And rightfully so. But what happened prior to that happening? Why didn't you have the time to go over and check on Miss Theo? Go ask Miss Theo, hey, Miss Theo, you need things from the store? Hey, y'all, don't mess with Miss Theo. You mess with her, we going to give it to you. You guys ignore seniors. Or you ignore them in a nursing home till something traumatic happen. No, we should protect seniors like we protect children. Because seniors need us to love and protect them. I am an advocate. My family's an advocate for senior citizens. You want to make us mad, we will come to your protection. Because I've seen it through my mom. And the first thing a senior, you know what they say? I don't want to be a burden. How are you a burden? That's the first. I say, hold on. I got all the patience in the world. Because it's through you that I know who I am. It's through you that I'm where I'm at. But it's just that we have forgotten as a society. And it's the moral question that needs to be asked. Do you really care about humanity? Senior citizens are included in that. I think it should be seniors, and I think it should be children that should be the most cared about in society. And we're not doing anything. So my question to the politicians, what are you doing for senior citizens? We know the abuse exists, and this is one thing I just suggested. I suggested that when a call is made about abuse, that the nursing home is not told 24 hours ahead of time. That they take a social worker in that's independent of the nursing home to interview the senior. Take somebody in that's also a sexual assault specialist that understands senior citizens, that advocate on behalf of the senior. And if the guardian is in neglect, then I think every month the court should appoint somebody outside the guardian to go down and talk to the senior and see how the senior is being treated under that particular guardianship or the guardian. But what some courts do, to tell the truth, shame the devil, they got guardians that's their favorite. You might catch one guardian who got 10 particular seniors. How are you keeping up with 10 people and all of them are being abused? It's about the money because the guardian get paid.
Yeah.
It's all about the money. And they got a movie, and I think I had mentioned this before, Ms. Theo, on Netflix called They Care a Lot, or I Care, something to that effect. Watch that movie. It lays out in particular how they do seniors in the court. And a lot of senior citizens don't know this. So I learned from the bank that if you're a senior citizen and you have money, you can go and have somebody sign up under the bank as a beneficiary. So if anything happens to you, unfortunately, if you pass away, that person can go right in and get the money without going through probate court. That would eliminate a lot of these vultures that come out after you die. When you was alive, they wouldn't give you a cracker. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. So if anybody hear the sound of my voice and you abuse senior citizens, shame on you, and that you need to be doing more about that. Particularly, and go visit your loved ones in these nursing homes, which is a hotbed for abuse. Period.
It's very interesting that in our society, we have a tendency, once seniors retire, they are put out to pasture. We are put out to pasture. And that inactivity is one of the worst things that can happen.
Absolutely.
To seniors.
Absolutely. And I was watching something the other day, Mr. Allen. It was talking about since the pandemic happened, how a lot of seniors are lonely because nobody, at that time you was isolated, rightfully so, so you wouldn't be affected with COVID because it affects your body differently. But now that COVID is over, a lot of people really don't care. I see seniors in the store. I seen a lady start crying at Walmart because she had all these groceries and she couldn't put them in a car, senior citizen. It was me and an Arab guy and his family. I said, well, what's going on? She said, my son is at home. I said, I thought to myself, oh, he wouldn't drink a juice. If that was my brother, he would have got it. And I'm saying it right now. When you know that, and if you care about seniors, then act like it. Don't take upon the special moment something happened, like the sister that was sexually assaulted in the community by that guy and the husband. I said, well, hold on. How did all these brothers in the neighborhood, nobody was watching Miss Jones? When Miss Jones came out the house, it should have been eyes on her. Miss Jones should have been able to call you and say, hey, I'm walking to the store. Brothers should be going down there. And sisters, Miss Jones, when you go to the store, we're going to escort you. We're going to make sure you're safe. We don't do that. Then we want to go on the news and make all this hoopla, rightfully so. But after the hoopla, then what? Yeah. Then what? I seen a senior citizen at Dollar Tree on Labor Day. I said, well, happy Labor Day to you. What are you going to do? She said, I don't have nobody to spend Labor Day with. Oh. And say, I just shook my head. I wanted to invite him to my house, but I didn't want to see him an oddball, because now we got to be careful. I respect that. Yeah. But the fact that she said that, we need to do better as a society. When we have these holidays, why won't one of these churches open up and say, we're going to have the senior citizens today, y'all. We need them to be loved on. We're going to have a special dinner for seniors who don't have nobody. And for those who can't get out, why aren't we doing more to help them? Take them a meal. Call and check on them. Particularly, and I'm gonna say this again, Mr. Al, get in these nursing homes.
Yeah. Well, there's two things. One, Bert, who owns Bert Deering's marketplace down on Russell Street in Eastern Market, has an annual luncheon for the they call them centurions, right? Yeah. Anybody that's 100 years old or over, he has a luncheon for them, and that's his contribution. And there's a gentleman who was on this station at one time who specializes in elder abuse. He's an attorney who specializes in elder abuse. I don't know how many attorneys we have. You mentioned one earlier.
Deion Webster Cox, definitely.
Yeah, that would be two. But to have someone who has the interest and can specialize in that would help to make a big difference.
And then I be telling people, because we call Sam Bernstein, let me dumb it down. We call some attorneys. Let me say it this way. And sometimes people don't understand, all lawyers ain't what they say they are. Let's be honest. Black people don't have the money to give a lawyer $5,000 on. We don't have the sensational cases. We go there, and the family member got bear sores on them. And the sore getting worse and worse. We go tell the lawyer, he's like, well, I don't think that's the case. Well, what I liked about Deion Webster Cox, when we approached her with my mama case, after talking to 5 lawyers, she took it. She took it, and she went like a bulldog. And if they look up her bio, Deion Webster Cox, she just got the Spirit of Detroit Award 2 weeks ago. She's I call her the Benjamin Crump up north. Well, black female. She's a good woman, and she cares about what she does. But the thing is, you have to don't go for the flash and the glamour on TV. And if one lawyer tell you that you don't have a case dealing with senior abuse, go to different ones, because that's what we did. And fortunately, I did paralegal work, so I knew it was a case there.
Right. You interview the person that you may think you want as your attorney to handle your case.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you have a doubt, you interview somebody else.
Absolutely.
You compare.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with doing that. Just like you shop for other things, you shop for a lawyer.
Well, and what I found is that when, like Deion Webster Cox, you have to find people who personalize your flight, what you feeling. When somebody do that, they take more of an invested interest in you. And I found that Deion Webster Cox did that. Whereas opposed to other lawyers, they wasn't emotionally connected to the case. They was connected to the money that they thought they were good. You know what I'm saying? And they gave me all these excuses. But you just got to find somebody who's connected to you, who look at your mom as their mom, who look at your auntie as their auntie. And when you find a lawyer like that, then they're going to be more personally involved, and they're going to get to the grind and try to get you justice. But I appreciate this platform. And there's a statistic that says out of 10% of the senior citizens this year is going to be abused in the United States. Abuse come in different forms. Abuse can be yelling at a senior, mistreating a senior, withholding food from them, withholding medicine, withholding spending their money on reckless stuff when you got control over it. making them feel intimidated by you, making them feel when they're at home, you don't want to be bothered with them, lock them in a room, so because they upset you. You got to understand. See, and when I tell people, I say, listen, man, when you deal with seniors are rambunctious. You know, sometimes they ain't going to get up happy every day. You know, they dealing with physical pain. They got stuff they done been through. They got trauma. They got trauma too. So if they, okay, you say, okay, auntie, I got you. I still love you, auntie. I still love you, uncle. You just having a bad moment. Let's figure out what's going on.
Right.
And if you talk to them like that, most of the time you find out that it's okay. I hate when people say they're a grouchy old woman or grouchy old man. Well, you grouchy too, and you young. And they got a right to be grouchy. What have they been through?
Right.
Have you ever studied their history? You don't know what that person's history is. They older than us. So the longer you live, the more you go through. So what's the problem? Love on seniors.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody, every holiday I tell them on my radio show, you know, I tell them, adopt a senior. Time's up there.
Oh, okay. Will you share with our viewers contact information?
Yes, ma'am. You can contact me at 586-563-5830, and that's 586-563-580. We have started an organization. We call it the Old Gray Fox, which was the name my mom gave. We advocate for seniors. We move forward for seniors. If you are afraid for anybody to challenge your situation, call us. And D.R. Webster Cox phone number, I got to give her number out because I know she cares about seniors. 734-215-2444. And that's 734-215-2444. And tell her Tula Cabone referred you.
Okay. And you are a paralegal, and you can give advice to people as well.
I can do research, but let me be clear, Ms. Steele, because I don't want any lawyers don't like paralegals. They don't work for them. They don't like for lawyers don't work for them in the law firm. You don't like myself. But I can research an issue and tell you what the research is. But I can't give legal advice, but I can research it and share with you what the research shows.
Right. Did you have a last question for him?
I just want to say, Tula, thank you so much for being with us, and I think you are right on target.
Thank you.
This is an area that is needed, and we really have to get into it.
And we want to have you come again.
Yes, ma'am.
You all have been tuned into Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. The telephone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. Again, 248-234-2371. We're here each Monday at 9 a.m. until 10:30. We have a website. We ask you to follow us on Twitter, which is now called X. We have a website for you to learn a lot of the other information that we have. And I say at the end of the show, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. We at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to share with you and encourage you to share with us. Our website is hoodresearch.org, and our email is contact@hoodresearch.org. That again is CONTACT, the little @ symbol, HOODRESEARCH.org. Contact@hoodresearch.org. Do you have a last word?
Let's participate, and let's realize that our power comes from being together.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you, Tula Cabone, for being with us today, and we want you to come back again.
Thank you. It's an honor.
All right. Thank you, and tune in again next week. Peace. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.